Hey y'all. Okay, I just came for a real quick message or whatever. I'm on my lunch for work. Okay. So, I thought at first, I was real mad about this. Not gonna lie, I was very annoyed. But then I thought about it and I was like, oh man, this is silly. This is funny. So, okay. For my lunch or whatever, I'm a single mom, so I always have my kid, and there's certain things you can't do with your kid, or if you want some downtime and this and that. So my lunch is like super special to me or whatever. Like, it's time for me to like get some business done. Sometimes just to have a minute to myself. Sometimes I like to take a nap or whatever because I'd be super tired and this and that. So I was like, okay, for lunch today, I'm going to call and I'm going to get me some sushi. It's on the way home. I'm going to pick it up on the way home. I'm going to eat my little sushi, take like a little 20-30 minute nap, and I got time to go back home. Boom, no problem. It's nothing. Straight relax, refresh, full, and ready to, finish my day out. Okay, so I call the place or whatever that I always go to. I love them, love them, love them. They are delicious. I call them like 12 o'clock. I get out for my lunch, call them. Boom. This is what I want. All I want is one roll. Is nothing. Real quick, and let me get some lemonade, Okay, cool. Because, I'm trying not to drink soda and stuff like that. All right. So she's like, oh, it'll be about 20 minutes. And I was like, well, 20 minutes for one roll? What's going on? And so she was like, oh, we got some orders ahead of you or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, by the time I get there, maybe I'll wait like 5 minutes or so. And it'll be ready, I get there. She comes to me. She was like, we're all out of lemonade. This is after I paid. She's like, we're out of lemonade. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, you got any kind of juices? She's like, nah. I'm like, all right, well, let me get a Coke with a little grenadine in it. A little, they didn't have any sweet tea or anything. So I was like, let me get that. Okay, cool. 20 minutes later, she comes out with my food and I'm like, I gotta go back to work. That's that. This is not how I thought I would spend my lunch. I thought about this. I made a plan. I made decisions about this. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is not something I just jumped up and was like, let me just stop here. Let me just call her. Nah, I spent half my morning thinking about this, with my little fat self. Okay? So, at first I was like, man, I don't get a nap. I didn't get my lemonade. This and that, like I'm hella annoyed. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, well, I did get to rest. I did enjoy the music. I super enjoyed the music. It was like some like classical jazz or something like that. It was like nice. I got my food. I did get to relax and rest or whatever. And I got something that I don't usually get with my little grenadine or whatever. And so it just like, okay, so here's what made it funny to me. Man, I be making plans in my life sometimes or whatever. Like, even like, think about with my son or whatever. Me and old dude, we were supposed to get married, stuff like that, have my son. And it didn't work out like that or whatever, which is fine. Like, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that or whatever. And sometimes it's somebody's fault and sometimes it's no one's fault. It's just like that, and that's fine. But it's just like, man, in life you make plans. They said, poor preparation leads to poor performance. Failure to plan is a plan to fail, So it's like all of these things about like making a plan. You gotta make a plan, or whatever. But you also have to have an understanding about if that plan doesn't go exactly how it needs to go. So, it's like, well, what's my lesson? You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe this is not the place where I need to go if I'm tired and if I'm trying to just pick something up real quick, especially on a Friday, like, there it is. But, bigger picture, it's like, oh, here's my lesson about making plans. When plans don't go well or when plans fall through, I usually freak out. might freak out. I'll be like, nah, this is what we're supposed to do. I usually freak out. But now, and I guess this also comes with time. Now I'm like, okay. And also from like my last job, I used to have to plan events and stuff like that. And I got to the point where I was like, if I got this, and that, then I'm good to go, you know? Or like having a kid and walking out the house. I'm like, look, if I got a bottle of diapers and my keys and my credit card, I'm good to go, you know? Like, but it's just like understanding that in life, I will always plan because I'm a planner. And that's what makes me feel comfortable, you know? And I think there's a lot of people that think that it's like a control thing, but it's more of a anxiety thing. So it's like knowing that there's a plan like takes away from my anxiety. Knowing, you know, what part or what role I need to play or what I need to do takes away from my anxiety. I have anxiety. So but like bigger picture, it was nice to get this little life lesson. You know, well, I don't want to call it a life lesson. It's nice to get this little reminder. You know, I needed this reminder right now. I really did. And so I did not get my lemonade. I'm a lemonade. But I did get everything else that I wanted, including like rest, you know? So it worked out. So just because stuff doesn't always work out like it's planned doesn't mean that it's like trashed. It doesn't mean that you don't get anything. It's just the opportunity to appreciate, you know, that you did make a plan, appreciate what did come of it, and rearrange. You know what I'm saying? Rearrange. Maybe I did not need to go home and lay down today, you know? And that's okay. Or maybe I did need to go home and lay down today and I didn't get the chance to, and that's okay too, you know? It's not the end of the world. When a plan falls through, it's not the end of the world, you know? It's not the end of the world. And there's always opportunities to readjust. So at any period of time, I could have said, oh, no, it's okay. Can I get my money back? And I'll just leave. Or when she told me about the wait, I could have been like, oh, man, it might be. Because I was in hospitality for like since I was 18. So I'm like, I should have known better. I knew when she said 20 minutes, I knew, you know, but I was also like, it's just one roll, like, come on. But it's also an opportunity for me to like use my knowledge, you know, use my wisdom that I've gained over the years to be like, she playing, like I'm gonna be there my whole lunch, you know, like let me rearrange and go somewhere else, you know. So anyway, that's all I got. Man, people don't know how to drive in this intersection. I find that a lot in St. Louis. St. Louis has a lot of little weird intersections that people don't know how to navigate in. I mean, and that's, you know, whatever. Just don't kill anybody. But anyway, that is just my quick little check-in. Just like a quick little, man, I just reflected on life. Check-in. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.